are not looking live at Wrigley Field. But it is 1 o'clock, and that's normally when we start the leadoff man. It's the Rockies and the Cubs as we play the 15th inning. 1 a.m. And LaTroy Hawkins, who just worked a 1-2-3. Bottom of the 14th. Takes a strike from Pedro Strop. He's not going to swing, is he?
Appears to be in take mode. Been in the league for 20 years. This is his 7th at bat.
That doesn't seem like a lot to me. A third of a plate appearance per year.
Ooh, boy, look, he got that call. He misses there. That would have been, this next one would have been a tough pitch to make.
Strike 3 called.
LaTroy should have gone up there without a bat. That would have really freaked out Strop.
I said 16 innings, 555. We're passing that. Not the 16 innings, but time-wise, we are really close to 6 hours.
Pretty good pitch. Wow, memorable first game at Wrigley for that young man.
Swing and a miss. Well, I cannot imagine Strop can go more than 2. And we could be looking at John Baker as Morneau walks if we get to the 16th. But we're not there yet. So Hector Rondon is the only guy technically left in the bullpen, but I don't anticipate that he would come in. We'll see. I guess anything's possible. Four to 6, 2-3. Inning over. Bottom 15, 3-3. So LaTroy Hawkins, who went 1-2-3 in the 14th, if he has a scoreless 15th, it's like we're going to see John Baker make his pitching debut in the 16th.
Wacky stuff. So a little sense of urgency here. I don't know. I'm kind of curious. It'd be kind of fun to watch Baker pitch.
Pitch to Ruggiano's fouled back. It's interesting watching Baker warm up out there in the bullpen. He pitches like a catcher. He's got that short arm delivery.
Mm-hmm. Notice Lester's not going over the scouting report with him.
Yeah, I mean, probably don't want to fill his head with too much, right?
You backdoor your slider to this guy, then.
Well, over the years, Hawkins, just about every time we see him, he has a little tweak to his delivery. Remember a while he'd hold the ball in the glove and that back hip from the set position. He keeps those hands out in front of his chest. 0-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. It's only 8:15 in Hawaii. Ricky Harvey's watching us. It's early there.
Probably just finished dinner.
One 0 on the way. Twitter's still open. The 2-0 hit to deep right. Way back, and it's going to be caught on the warning track. Guess who? Blackman.
Yeah.
So wherever Castillo hits it, Charlie Blackman appears.
Two great catches to rob him. This time just tracks down a deep fly ball. Sounded good off the bat, just not enough.
Well, as you look in the bullpen, I mean, this is the inning, right? I mean, you hope for the best, but if you're the Cubs, you kind of feel like you got to get it done here. Off of third. That's Tyler Matzik, scheduled to start on Thursday. So we're at that point in the night. Let's see, the Cubs have used 3 starting pitchers tonight, right? Jackson, Wood, Arrieta. Wada pitched last night.
Yeah, and again, I think, given the club's circumstances, it's going to drive how you manage a game like this. And I think the Cubs just decided they don't want to ask their starting pitchers, the young guys like Hendricks especially, and Arrieta. I don't think they want to mess with him by using him, in a bullpen role in a long game like this. I mean, he's already hit, so he couldn't. But I don't think that was even a consideration earlier in the night. But it's typically what you do. You take a guy who's a day or two, a couple, maybe tomorrow starter, or a guy who this was his throw day in between starts. try to get an inning out of him.
Deep to left. Dickerson can't make the catch as he tumbles, and that's a double for Valbuena. Keep the inning alive. Now it's Nate Scherholz.
Well, running fastball, but not a lot of sink on that pitch, and Valbuena rides it over the head of Dickerson in left field. Baker has come in from the bullpen. He's now on deck.
It'd be funny if Baker comes up there and he's thinking, I want to win the game. I really want to pitch and maybe get the win. I think he'd rather win the game right here. He'd like to see Nate do it. What a night / morning. Runner at second, 2 outs. Scherholz is going to line out to left. Hit it hard. But John Baker will go to the mound in the 16th. On to pitch. Joe Mather was the last Cub position player to pitch, 2012.
I'm sure he got his marching orders from Ricky Renteria. Hey, just, don't try to do too much out there. Just try to keep the ball down. Put a little something on it.
Culberson takes a 76-mile-an-hour sinking fastball for a strike.
Hey.
A little more heat on that one, but he pulled it outside. We're trying to get a look at his repertoire between innings. Looked like sinker.
He tried a little slider, and he tried some kind of a changeup. Popped him up. Stay in here.
Jump, foul ground. I think Rizzo's got room. He does. One away.
Heart's got to be pumping pretty hard for John Baker right now. Just do something completely different.
Did you see what he just did? He just raised the one finger to tell his teammates 1 out. He's still catcher at heart, isn't he?
We got one, boys. He's loving this.
Well, John's dad's still up watching. Dave, we get tweets from Mr. Baker all the time. Here's a 1-0 to Stubbs. Baker looking for his first career strikeout. He has Stubbs down 1-2.
Yeah, that's one thing. The hitters, it's one thing to make it out, but they do not want to punch out.
I don't see any minor league pitching stats for John Baker.
There's his off-speed pitch. funny, we thought earlier in the season in a couple blowout games that Ricky might use a position player. Didn't do it. Not a big fan of doing it. Tonight, he just ran out of bullets.
Castillo.
Oh, you got to catch that ball.
Got over there and just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, that's just, I guess, fatigue.
Yeah.
He just never does get all the way to the screen. Deliriously tired, yeah. He's that tired right there.
Ball 4. So here's where it gets tricky because Stubbs can run. And obviously the Rockies have no idea, nor do the Cubs, of how Baker is to the plate or if he has any sort of move. You probably, you want to keep it simple here. You don't want him to fire one down into the Rockies bullpen on a pickoff attempt. But if you're Walt Weiss, you don't want Stubbs to get thrown out facing the other team's catcher who's pitching. On a hop, they are going to turn it. John Baker with a scoreless top of the 16th.
He's going to go in there and say, give me some freaking runs.
Well, I think he's going to bat.
Pitching my tail off.
He's going to lead off when we come back. Deep. I don't know why they're announcing Drew Stubbs in center. He's been there since he came into the game. But it's late for everybody.
Just think if we were still out there in the Budweiser patio, we'd be all alone. There's a rookie left-hander, Tyler Matzik, a starting pitcher, 2-4 with a 4.28. Fastball, slider, curve, and change. Sends that one up there at 94. They like this kid. He's only 23 years of age. Hey, there they are. They've moved in. I don't know, just fantasizing here, but how about if John Baker comes in, pitches a scoreless inning, and hits a home run to win the ball game?
Yeah, it'd be his first in quite a while.
After hanging out in the dugout for 6 hours plus.
So the Rockies probably will need a new starter on Thursday as Matzik delivers on a strike. John Baker, very popular guy in Cubs clubhouse, and he's becoming a very popular guy here at Wrigley Field. Folk hero tonight, scoreless top of the 16th. It's 2-2. Well, if the pitcher gets on base, though, might it take away some of his energy if he has to go back out for the 17th? That's the question.
I hope he gets on. I want to see him ask for his jacket.
Absolutely, he should. And knowing John Baker, he might. The 3-2 from Matzik. He walks to lead off the inning.
He walked the pitcher leading off the inning.
Here's Bonifacio.
Bunts in order.
Sorry, JD. By time, this is the longest game in Cubs and Rockies franchise history. High throw, but they get him on the sacrifice. 1-4, I believe. Yeah, 1-4.
Now the kid, the bat boy, tried to run him out his jacket. And John waved him off. I'm guessing somebody in the dugout went to the bat boy and said, "Hey, he's pitching now. You probably ought to bring him a jacket."
Couple of shots here to win it. And if they do win it, the guy at second base will get the win. Wouldn't that be something? Here it is, a strike. How about that in the entire history of the Chicago Cubs franchise? We are witnessing the longest game ever.
Well, we were almost 2 hours in the fourth inning.
The pitch hit him.
Oh, man.
He's been hit twice tonight. He's been on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different times. And let's hope he's all right.
Yeah, boy, he got smoked. He got hit in the foot earlier in the ball game.
Now the protection he has on that shin is for a foul ball, not for that. Man. There's Doc Adams. In the front row watching. Cubs team doctor as Alcantara slowly makes his way down to first. First and second, one away. Rizzo with a pretty good cut there and fouled back on a fastball. So Mickey Renteria goes with a position player, while Weiss goes with one of his starting pitchers. The position player doesn't give up a run. The starter is in some trouble here. First and second. But the way this night has gone, that actually makes some sort of sense.
Yeah, it does.
Cosmically, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Little blooper. It's going to drop down. Baker can only advance one as the throw goes all the way to the plate. Dickerson not taking any chances there. They are loaded up. Bases loaded for Castro. Winning runs now at third.
It's a beautiful thing about baseball. Just Tuesday night in July with a couple of last place clubs, but you never know what you're going to get. Well, maybe you'll get a hug. 16 innings, winning run 90 feet away, in the person of the catcher turned pitcher for tonight anyway, with the chance to be the winning pitcher.
Infield in. The pitch to Castro. Low.
Rosario almost boxed that one. He leads the league in pass balls.
It's funny, Baker just goes out there and he's winging it. Matzik, starting pitcher, creature of habit. Very different spot for him tonight. Cubs have taken advantage. It's 2-0 with the bases loaded.
Infield in, not all the way in. They're kind of hedging their bets about halfway. Outfield very shallow. Where they can reasonably make a play on Baker on a fly ball. Don't need that swing in this situation.
Now the danger with a swing like that.
Roll over and hit one to short.
Or pop it up to the pitcher.
Just be quick to the ball.
2-1 on Castro. The pitch. That should win it. Line drive. Caught by Blackman. Throw to the plate. Cubs win. John Baker wins.
There you go.
Starlin Castro with a sacrifice fly, making a winner out of John Baker. The longest game in Chicago Cubs history is finally over.
No scrum on the field. They're just going to head to the clubhouse and celebrate. A hard-fought win.
What a night. Nice going fans who stuck around to the very end. Even our guys out in the bleachers as the Cubs in 16 innings beat the Rockies 4-3 the final. We'll be right back.
Cubs 3, Colorado 3, 16th inning. Bases loaded, one away. Cubs with a chance to win this thing right now. The pitch. Swinging a drive to right. It's going to be caught by Blackman, tagging Baker. The throw home. Baker will score. Cubs win. Cubs win. Baker, the winning pitcher, Starlin Castro gets the sacrifice fly. Cubs win the ball game 4-3 in 16 innings at Wrigley Field. It's all over. As the Rockies walk off the field, Blackman made a good throw home, but Baker able to score on the sacrifice fly. Cubs win it 4-3. Back with the totals after this on the WGN Cubs Radio Network.
Guys, if you've been using or wanting to try Viagra but are worried about the costs, we have great news. Now you can finally get real results at huge discounts with our Healthy Men alternative to the little blue pill. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get results for a fraction of the price? Call today and get 40 pills for only $99. Others cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us if you want real results at the lowest prices. Never pay $15 a pill for Viagra when you can get real results for less than $3 per pill. Call 800-805-6151 today and save over $500. You can have those breathtaking, toe-curling moments again and again. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Call right now and we'll rush you your supply delivered discreetly to your door. Just call 800-805-6151. That's 800-805-6151. Again, 800-805-6151.
How long have you been saying our carpets need cleaning? A month? A year? A decade? Well, your wait is over, because the trusted folks at Northwest Carpet Cleaning will expertly clean your carpets with their powerful truck-mounted steam cleaning units. Amazing service, amazing price, plus special discounts for seniors and veterans. Northwest Carpet Cleaning, proudly serving the Northwest suburbs for over 12 years, so they know carpets. Call 877-CLEANING for a free estimate. 877-CLEANING, family-owned and operated. They're in the neighborhood to serve you better. 877-CLEANING.
90 years of the Cubs on Chicago's very own 720 WGN.
Starlin Castro, a game-winning sacrifice fly to right. Cubs win it 4-3 in 16 innings. 4 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the Cubs. For Colorado, 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. A catcher, John Baker, is the winning pitcher. His first decision, that should be pretty obvious. Tyler Matzik is the loser, and he is now 2-5. A record time, 6 hours and 27 minutes, longest game in Cubs history. 6 hours, 27 minutes, in front of 28,590. Ronnie, it's over. What are some final thoughts?
Well, if you're going to stick around this long, you might as well win. And it'll be interesting for Baker. He gets a win as a pitcher and scores the game-winning run, so he'll never forget this game. But let's go home, partner.
I will see you tomorrow night, Ron. Thank you. Thanks to Matt Boltz and Judd Surratt for a great job. For Ron Coomer, Pat Hughes saying thank you for listening. Our next broadcast is tonight. That's right, tonight at 7:05. Travis Wood against Brett Anderson. Again, the final. A wacky game at Wrigley. 16 innings, the final. The Chicago Cubs 4, the Colorado Rockies 3. Please stay tuned for the postgame show with Judd Surratt after this on the WGN Cubs Radio Network.
Years of the Wrigley Light. Happy birthday, Wrigley Field.
Happy birthday, Wrigley Field.
Cubs baseball. Chicago Cubs baseball on 720 WGN was sponsored by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Walgreens, the official wellness partner of the Chicago Cubs. And by Vinny's Beverage Depot.
You can watch the Cap and Haw Show live on Comcast Sportsnet. Go inside our radio show. The best guests, the best info, and us now on TV, too. Comcast Sportsnet, 9 a.m. to noon. And as always, on 87.7 FM at GameChicago.com.
A trip to a hospital emergency room can be especially stressful for older patients. Seniors with a chronic disease or multiple medical conditions require expert medical attention in an environment designed to meet their special needs. That's why Alexian Brothers Medical Center in Elk Grove Village developed the only comprehensive emergency care program for seniors in the northwest suburbs. Staffed by expert physicians and nurses, the Alexian Brothers Senior Emergency Care Program team also includes social workers, case managers, and support staff focused on delivering the best care for seniors in specially designed waiting rooms and treatment areas. Our care is comprehensive. The Senior Emergency Care Program also features a unique concierge service dedicated to meeting the physical and emotional comfort and safety of our senior patients. For more information about the Senior Emergency Care Program, available exclusively at Alexian Brothers Medical Center, visit AlexianBrothersER.net. Alexian Brothers Health System. Our passion is powerful medicine.
The Gear Force is growing every day. Listen to me in real time weekday afternoons starting at 3. Add the TuneIn or iHeartRadio apps to your smartphone and search for The Gary Myers Show.
Gary lives on WGN.FM weekday afternoons at 3.
Happy birthday, Wrigley Field.
The Cubs play in Chicago's very own 720 WGN.
Cubs Central Postgame on 720 WGN is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15%. And Scott's Lawn Care, the official lawn care of the Chicago Cubs. Judd Surratt back at Wrigley Field in Chicago. The Cubs win the longest game in franchise history, 6 hours and 27 minutes. It took 16 innings, but the Cubs prevail 4-3 over the Rockies to take a 2-0 lead in this 4-game series. And the fascinating part, and there were certainly a lot of aspects, certainly in this game, is that a position player, John Baker, gets the win on the mound, and he also scored the winning run. Let's head to the highlights in this one. Top of the first, early in the ballgame, Edwin Jackson labored through the first inning, and Nolan Arenado gave Colorado an early lead.
And he cracks one in the air, deep left center. Back goes Lake, still going. It's over his head. That ball is off the base of the wall. Hot footing it to third. Dickerson heading home. The relay by Castro from shallow left center, way offline. It's an RBI double for Arenado. Rockies lead 1-0 here in the first, and another wobbly first inning for Edwin Jackson.
Justin Morneau just added and activated from the disabled list here in this game. He had a rehab stint yesterday, and in that first inning, he cranked out a 2 RBI single.
Men at first and second, one down. The left-handed batting Justin Morneau, former Minnesota Twin, did not play last night. Rams one to deep left center. On the way back toward the wall. This one is off the wall. Just missed a home run. 1 run is in. Gonzalez will score. Ruggiano has trouble picking it up. Going to third safely is Morneau. And Colorado has scored 3 in the opening inning. Morneau just missed a home run to the opposite alley in left center.
So a 2-run double for Justin Morneau, and then Rosario and Culberson struck out to end what could have been an even bigger threat for Colorado in the first inning. And the interesting thing is, Colorado, the number 1 offensive team, and the team that leads the National League in runs scored, scores 3 in the first inning. They don't get a single run in the subsequent 15 innings in this ballgame. Bottom of the first, Anthony Rizzo gets the Cubs right back in the game.
Base hit to right. A run is in. Alcantara around second. He'll go to third safely. 3 straight hits for the Cubs. Rizzo gets the RBI, his 59th. A run in the bank, still nobody out. Men at first and third, and the batter, Starlin Castro.
Castro fouled out, Ruggiano struck out, and then Wellington Castillo robbed of what could have easily driven in 2 more runs.
Jorge De La Rosa fires. Here's a liner, shallow center coming in. Blackman dives. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Sensational diving catch by the center fielder, Charlie Blackman.
So the Cubs on the board, trailing at 3-1. We move to the last of the fourth, and the Cubs with 2 down get a man on. And Emilio Bonifacio, who had a big night tonight with 4 hits, he was 4 for 7, tied the game.
Deep fly ball to left field. This ball's got a chance. Gone. Emilio Bonifacio with a game-time 2-run homer to left center, an absolute rocket. This ball game is tied 3-3.
It stayed that way as we move into extra innings, and the Rockies started that inning with a leadoff walk. Rosario then popped out. Culberson doubled, so you had runners on second and third, and they had an opportunity to break the tie.
Parker's 1-1 to LeMahieu. And the squeeze is on. He misses the bunt. They've got Morneau in a rundown. Morneau tagged out. Holding at second is Culberson. 2 down.
So the Rockies unable to score. We move to the top of the 16th, and the Cubs at this point had already run through Villanueva, Wright, Grimm, Schlitter, Parker, Russell, and Strope, who Ricky Renteria was desperately trying to stay away from, and Edwin Jackson only lasted 4 innings. John Baker came in to work the 16th, and he got Culberson to foul out. He walked the next man he faced, and he induced a double play to end the 16th inning. Incredible performance, and as Ron Coomer had mentioned, after each pitch he might check up to the board to see how fast or what type of velocity he was throwing with. But after he walked Drew Stubbs, he was able to induce a double play, and we moved to the last of the 16th. This was easily our play of the game.
Bases loaded, 1 away. Cubs with a chance to win this thing. Right now, the pitch. Swinging a drive to right. It's going to be caught by Blackman, tagging Baker. The throw home. Baker will score. Cubs win. Cubs win. Baker, the winning pitcher. Starlin Castro gets the sacrifice fly. Cubs win the ball game 4-3 in 16 innings at Wrigley Field. It's all over as the Rockies walk off the field. Blackman made a good throw home, but Baker able to score on the sacrifice fly. Cubs win it 4-3.
The play of the game on 720 WGN is sponsored by 5 Hour Energy. Field focused with 5 Hour Energy. John Baker came in to lead off the last of the 16th. Drew a walk. He was moved to second on a sacrifice by Emilio Bonifacio, 1-4. Arismendi Alcantara got hit by a pitch. Anthony Rizzo hit a bloop single in the left center. And then Starlin Castro able to hit a fly ball just deep enough into right, allowing John Baker to tag up and score. By the way, a side note for John Baker, he is the first Cubs pitcher and first position player to make an appearance on the mound since Joe Mather did it for the Cubs on August 27th of 2012 against the Milwaukee Brewers. Baker picks up the win. Tyler Matzek, who was supposed to be the starter for the Rockies in Game 4, suffers the loss. He is now 2-5 as the Cubs record a 4-3 16-inning win here at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Back in a moment. You're listening to the WGN Cubs Radio Network.
The game. You can watch the Cap and Haw Show live on Comcast Sportsnet. Go inside our radio show. The best guests, the best info, and us now on TV, too. Comcast Sportsnet, 9 a.m. to noon. And as always, on 87.7 FM at GameChicago.com.
All of Seattle Sutton's healthy eating meals are prepared using the nutritional guidelines from health and nutrition experts. If you or someone you know has a medical condition like type 2 diabetes and needs to change eating habits, Seattle Sutton's healthy eating is just what the doctor ordered.
My name is Jan Wilkie, and I'm from Grays Lake, Illinois. Seattle Sutton has been giving me the self-confidence to put myself out there and, be a real person. I have this thing where I don't like to leave the house. It's called agoraphobia. And now I'm getting out, and I feel like everything happens for a reason, and I owe it all to you. Thank you so much.
Do you have a Seattle Sutton Healthy Eating success story? Log on to Seattle Sutton's Healthy Eating Facebook page and tell them about it. You may be their next radio testimonial. To order, call 800-442-DIET or visit seattlesutton.com.
Diamonds, the Jewelry Exchange, has major interests in diamond cutting factories and as a De Beers site holder. The Jewelry Exchange has thousands of diamonds, most of them GIA or EGL certified. No one has a better selection or lower prices. Certified 1-carat solitaires are $19.90, 3/4 carat $12.90, and half carat are just $6.90. We have GIA D-Flawless diamonds in most sizes, up to 5-carat diamonds in most shapes. The Jewelry Exchange has over 50,000 mountings in stock, including the latest designer styles. Your diamond is set while you watch. We can customize any ring on our 3D CAD and casting system and save you as much as 50%. Half-carat journey pendants are $2.99. 1-carat halo rings are $5.99. 2-carat 3-stone rings set in 18-karat gold are $3,900. 1-carat studs are just $5.99. Buy diamond and factory direct. The Jewelry Exchange in Villa Park, 630-530-0444. 630-530-0444 or online at jewelryexchange.com.
This is the Cubs Central Postgame Show on 720 WGN. The Cubs postgame report card is sponsored by Loyola University Chicago. I don't think there's any question that the A goes to John Baker, a position player, a catcher who came out and pitched in the 16th inning, and he's the guy who earns the victory with one scoreless inning in relief. The line on Baker, 1 inning, no hits. He did walk one, didn't fan a batter, but he induced an inning-ending double play. And then it was Baker who started the rally for the Cubs in the last of the 16th, drawing a leadoff walk against Tyler Matzik. Ultimately brought home after the Cubs loaded the bases with 1 out. Starlin Castro with a sac fly to right. Baker sprinted in and scored, and the Cubs victorious in 16 over the Rockies, 4-3. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard around the big leagues. The Reds shut out the Diamondbacks 3-0. Phillies blanked the Mets 6-0. Marlins 3 and the Nationals 0. A lot of shutouts tonight. Dodgers with an 8-4 win over the Braves. Padres with a 3-1 win over the Cardinals. And the Pirates victorious 3-1 in San Francisco. Francisco Liriano fanned 11 in the victory. In the AL, Orioles win at 7-6 in 12. Mariners 5 and the Indians 2. The White Sox go into Detroit and crank out 11 runs, 7 in the 7th, to beat the Tigers 11-4. Big series for the White Sox there. Blue Jays 4 and the Red Sox 2. The Brewers continue to falter. They're still 10 games over 500, but the Rays stay hot. They win at 5-1 in Tampa over the Brewers. The Rangers rally late with 4 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, and 2 in the 9th, but they come up 1 run short against the Yankees, who win at 12-11. Twins 2 and the Royals 1. And the A's score 6 in the 9th inning to take Jeff Samardzija off the hook and surprise the Astros 7-4. Tomorrow, the Cubs look to make it 3 straight in the series and hopefully win this series. They have not won a home series at Wrigley Field since early June. They have taken the first 2 games in this 4-game set. It'll be left-hander Travis Wood 7-9 against left-hander Brett Anderson. He is scheduled to make the start. He is 1-3 with a 3.24 ERA. We did hear there was a chance that the Rockies may shift some of their starters in the subsequent 2 games of the series, and maybe that's Tyler Matzik, who had to come in relief and suffered the loss in the last of the 16th. But it's Wood against Anderson tomorrow as the Cubs in the night game look to make it 3 straight against the Colorado Rockies. We'll get to the Cubs Central pregame show beginning at 6:30, and then Pat and Ron check in with the starting 9s and the first pitch beginning at 7:05. Cubs and Rockies here at Wrigley Field in Chicago. That'll wrap it up for us, for our producer-engineer Matt Bolts, and thanks to everybody back at our flagship station, the tireless Krista Flores, and our producer Alan Poppy. I'm Judd Surratt saying so long and good night. If you stayed with us, it was worth it tonight, as the Cubs, in the longest game in franchise history, win at 4-3 in 16 innings over the Colorado Rockies. We'll talk to you tomorrow here from the friendly confines. You've been listening to the WGN Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs taking on the Rockies. This was a marathon. ESPN radio personalities Mike and Mike on hand to throw out the first pitch before the start of this game. Pick it up in the top of the first. It's already 1-0 Colorado. Justin Morneau activated from the 15-day DL earlier on Tuesday. He comes through against Edwin Jackson, hits one to deep left center, and it'll go for extra bases. Justin Ruggiano has some trouble with it. It's a 2-run double for Morneau, who advances to third on Ruggiano's error. 3-0 Colorado. Rockies don't score again in the frame. Bottom of the first, it's a 3-1 game. Jorge De La Rosa deals to Wellington Castillo with 2 on and 2 out. Line drive to center, and Charlie Blackmon makes the nice grab to end the inning. Watch it again. Some beautiful defense in center by Blackmon to help his pitcher out. Bottom 4, Emilio Bonifacio digs in with 2 outs and a runner on, looking to do some damage.
Fly ball, well hit, and it will go! Emilio Bonifacio muscling up, and he's tied the game at 3.
Second home run of the season for Bonifacio. Bottom 6, Junior Lake batting. He hits one down the right field line. Carlos Gonzalez tries to catch it with his bare hand and collides with the wall. You see it again, he would be okay, and Lake would strike out. The Cubs don't score in the inning. Bottom 7, Tommy Canely on in relief. He deals to Anthony Rizzo, who hits one to shallow center, and Charlie Culberson makes the nice over-the-shoulder catch to end the inning. Watch it again. Some nice concentration there by Culberson. Bottom 9, Cubs have the winning run on base with 2 outs. Boone Logan on in relief. He was also activated from the 15-day DL earlier on Tuesday, and he gets Anthony Rizzo to ground out to first, inning over, and we are heading to extras in Chicago. Top of the 10th, Rockies have the go-ahead runs in scoring position. Blake Parker deals to DJ LeMahieu, who whips on a bunt attempt on a suicide squeeze. Morneau gets hung up between third and home and gets tagged out for the second out of the inning, and later in LeMahieu's at-bat, he whips on a full swing. Inning is over. Bottom of the 10th. Cubs with the winning run on second against Matt Belisle. Castillo gives one a ride to right center. Blackmon tracks it down, lays out, and makes the beautiful catch for the second out of the inning. Castro has to hold it second. Clutch defense by Blackmon, and the Cubs would not score in the inning. We head to the bottom of the 13th. Nick Masson on in relief. Cubs again have the winning run on base, and Masson strikes out Nate Shearholtz for out number 1. Then pitcher Jake Arrieta in as a pinch hitter, misses on a bunt for strike 3. Then he strikes out Bonifacio to end the inning. In the middle of the 14th, the Cubs had a second 7th inning stretch as the remaining fans at Wrigley try to stay loose. Top of the 16th, Cubs turn to catcher John Baker in relief, and with 1 on and 1 out, Christian Adames, who was making his big league debut on Tuesday, grounds into a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play, and Baker gets the job done for the Cubs. Bottom of the 16th, Cubs have the bases loaded, winning run 90 feet away. Castro steps in with 1 out against Tyler Matzik.
That should win it. Line drive, caught by Blackmon. Throw to the plate. Cubs win! John Baker wins.
There you go.
Cubbies win it 4-3. John Baker is the first position player to win a game since Chris Davis in 2012. The Cubs bullpen fantastic in this one, allowing only 3 hits in 12 scoreless innings of relief. And at 6 hours and 27 minutes, this game set a record as the longest game in terms of time for both clubs.
Well, it wasn't the plan. It wasn't the game plan when we started, but obviously that's the way it ended.
What do you say about John Baker?
Well, I know everybody was probably upstairs in the booth going, what's going on? But, we were, quite frankly, down to Stropey, and we had nothing to come back behind him. I know we had that, I forget what inning it was, when we had first and second. Nate was up, ended up striking out, and we pulled back Bake, but quite frankly, Bake wasn't going to hit. We were just going to let Jake go up there. And we still used him, tried to get a bunt down, at least to get the guys over to second and third. I know most people might have thought to just go ahead and give it your shot there, but I got to prepare for the worst. So it ended up, what ended up happening happened.
Probably see some fresh arms here tomorrow.
Well, we'll at least have one. I mean, we'll have Schlitt will be fine tomorrow. Grimm is fine. Stropey will be down. Rondon will be back. Wesley should be good. We'll probably get another arm.
You wouldn't have been in that position if Edwin hadn't struggled.
I mean, his pitch count really was elevated, obviously. 4 innings, 104 pitches, I think it was, 105, and we couldn't send him back out like that. and everybody did a great job. All the relievers obviously did a nice job and kept us in there. And I know we had a couple opportunities, as they did too, and it seemed like it was just going back and forth. And fortunately for us, it worked out. I mean, it's command. The command again. He was getting deep into counts with every hitter. It seemed like. And he wanted to go back out, but that's a lot of pitches in 4 innings. And it seemed like he accumulated most of them in the first 2 innings.
Something I'll definitely cherish for a long time.
At that point, you can't get thrown out at home, right? You have to score.
I have to score. Yeah, I have to score. I would have liked to hit my first home run in like about 5 years to win the game, but that lefty was pretty tough. Happy I worked a walk and let one of our star players like Starlin get a chance to win the game. It was great.
Not that you manage games like we do upstairs, but were you surprised you weren't used in the 12th as a pinch hitter?
No, because I knew that we were kind of short in the bullpen, and I think they figured, besides the bat I had with Stubbs, that I could throw strikes because I throw the ball kind of that distance but the other way right back to the pitcher all the time. And it's kind of a tough situation to put the manager in when if you burn your last bench player and then you have no pitching left at all, or if something happens to Welly. Fortunately for us, it worked out. I definitely wanted to hit in that situation, but I understood the decision.
Did you get the beer shower?
Yes. I got beer. I got beer. I got chocolate milk. I got hair gel. I got shampoo. I got body wash, and then I got some more beer. It was great. Best shower I've ever taken.
You ever going to chant like that for the fans?
No. The last time that many people cheered, what was more, I got booed in Dodger Stadium after we got in a fight with the Dodgers. And that was the loudest crowd I've ever heard, but that one was kind of sad because they were booing me. This one I was pretty happy because they were chanting my name at Wrigley Field, and I think that's any Chicagoan's dream is to be standing at home plate with the remaining people at Wrigley Field chanting your name. So again, something I'll never forget.
Just curious on the foul ball to Welly, were you like, I would have had that?
No, I think next time I might try to run over and try and catch a pop-up if it goes over there. We had some issues over there on that side of the field today. We've had them before, so if the pop-up goes up, the next time I pitch. And I'm definitely available for tomorrow if Ricky needs me. Okay. I can go back-to-back days easy. I don't know what these guys have a problem with. But I'll run over and try to catch it myself.
The double play, you even did the fist pump.
I was really excited. I mean, you had a fist pump too, Carrie. I think. If you got a double play in the show at Wrigley Field in the 15th inning of a crazy game. Yeah, it was awesome. I was excited. I was excited. Thanks.
Besides the black, was your phone just blowing up? When you got
I got. I think about half of the Padres roster. So about everybody that I played with, I got text messages from already, including a bunch of family members and kind of people from all over baseball. So it's nice to be noticed every once in a while.
And you get the win.
And I got a win, yeah.
Game ball and lineup card, too?
I need that for sure. I need some photographs, I need a ball, and I need that lineup card. Because that's going to replace my first hit in the big leagues. It was my first win in the big leagues.
Welcome inside the AT&T Universe Lounge, just in case you missed it here on CSNChicago.com. Cubs fans had to wait till next year for Tuesday's game to end. A 16-inning, 6-hour, and 27-minute marathon that went so long that once it ended, Theo Epstein actually thought that it was time to call up Baez and Bryant from AAA Iowa. Catcher John Baker was the star of the game, getting the win by pitching a scoreless 16th. After the game, manager Ricky Renteria said that Baker would join the Cubs rotation and Edwin Jackson would be demoted to backup catcher. And Baker was the hero in the bottom of the 16th as well, scoring the winning run and giving an emotional fist pump once the game ended.
You even did the fist pump.
I was really excited. I mean, you had a fist pump too, Carrie.
So rock on, Cubs writers. Rock on. After the game, Baker got a clubhouse celebration with all the bells and whistles.
I got beer, I got chocolate milk, I got hair gel, I got shampoo, I got body wash, and then I got some more beer. It was great. Best shower I've ever taken.
But before Baker got his beer shower, the Cubs staff needed to drop a piece of white plywood over the television and then drop a net in the clubhouse so that the players can have a celebration just like in any other Major League clubhouse. But everybody outside of Wrigley, they were excited for the game to be over, except for this guy. The Seven Nation Army can't put a smile on his face. Everybody, though, over the weekend in Cooperstown was smiling during an emotional weekend of the Baseball Hall of Fame. The star of the show was obviously the big hurt, Frank Thomas, who fought through tears during a speech to thank everybody that's ever been on planet Earth. The problem, though, with the speech is that he had to wait a while to get to it. Greg Maddux went first, followed by Bobby Cox, then was Tom Glavine, then was Tony La Russa, then was Hall of Famer Chris Bryant, followed by Javi Baez, then it was the Cubs' first-round pick in the 2015 draft, and then finally, Frank got to speak at the Hall of Fame induction. Blackhawks superstar Patrick Kane is part of a new Gatorade ad with Dwayne Wade, Bryce Harper, and J.J. Watt. The Gatorade website even has a really cool feature where you can click on certain things in the athlete's locker and explains their significance. With Kane, you can click on a pair of headphones, and he starts doing white guy dancing. With Wade, you move the mouse anywhere close to him, and he immediately falls over. Derrick Rose told reporters this week that he can't wait to play basketball again, and it's going to be funny to see those critics eat their words. In preparation, David Kaplan has bought an entire case of Alphabet cereal. Hey, look, his cereal is ridiculous. My God. In other NBA news, Donald Sterling lost his court case, so he's forced to sell the Clippers to Steve Ballmer. Sterling, though, still plans to fight the sale in court, despite the fact he'll make over $2 billion on the deal. The reason? Donald Sterling can't stand being in the black. And that's a wrap for In Case You Missed It here in the AT&T Verse Lounge. We'll see you next time right here on CSNChicago.com.